Hey, what's happening? This is Jason at Atomic Martian Toy Reviews. Now, as luck would have it, I happened to be driving home tonight and decided to stop into my local Gabriel Brothers department store. I haven't been in one in a long time, so I thought, what the hell, I'll go in there and check it out, see if they've got anything new in. And sure enough, I found the Lava Pod with Volcano Viper. And not just that, I also found the Desert Rockslide ATAV with Dusty. Now these figures were $6.99 a piece. They had a pretty large selection of G.I. Joe stuff. They even had the Pursuit of Cobra Wave 4. So if you live in West Virginia, Ohio, Virginia, or Pennsylvania, and you happen to have Gabriel Brothers near you, I would definitely go and check it out because they have a lot of good Easter stuff out, including a ton of good G.I. Joe stuff. And with these vehicles, so let's I'm gonna open them up and check them out. First things first is the Lava Pod. Here's the instruction booklet here. Pretty simple, straightforward stuff. It doesn't come with very many stickers either. There's only about, I don't know, 8 or 9 stickers on here. Okay, now this Lava Pod with the Volcano Viper is part of the canceled wave of Rise of Cobra vehicles. This wave was manufactured but was never released in mass market. Last year it did come out in Canada, and now this year is coming out in select discount stores, namely Ross and apparently Gabriel Brothers as well. I did not buy this figure for the vehicle. Like most people that were collecting G.I. Joes during Rise of Cobra time, I pretty much despise all things that look like mole pods. Compared to other mole pods, this one's not bad looking. I do like the red to it, and it's more of a brown color. But I really got it for the figure. I thought when I saw screenshots of the Volcano Viper a couple months ago, I really fell in love with this character, and I thought he was really cool looking. Like he has a bunch of pipes on him. Little oxygen tanks, I assume that's what they are. I like the detail on his legs, how he has these kind of big, thick, fireproof suit legs. Like that. They do bend at the knee, even though they're so bulky. He has a little bit of articulation. He has some waist articulation, some arm articulation, but he is very bulky. He does not move around very well, which is understandable considering how much gear he has on. As far as the head goes, very generic looking figure. He actually looks like, I believe it's the same head sculpt they used for some of the Mars Troopers. I could be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure that's right. Now, like I said, with the vehicle, it does come with a missile that goes into the front. Every other mole pod, it just opens up. Homeboy sits in there and hangs out and drills to the center of the earth. If you're able to find this set or these figures or whatever, I would highly recommend picking it up for the this vehicle for the Volcano Viper. I think he's a really cool looking figure. He's very unique and different than pretty much any other G.I. Joe figure they've made recently. Alright, next up I have the Desert Rockslide ATAV with Dusty. Dusty figure looks like a pretty generic troop builder figure. You can use him as Dusty, or you can use him as a generic desert figure. I'll probably use him as a generic desert figure since I do like the Pursuit of Cobra Dusty. Here's the back of the box. This thing looks kind of weird. It's not something I'm used to seeing in the G.I. Joe universe. But alright, let's get it open and check it out. Now here's the vehicle right out of the box. Overall, I think it's pretty cool. It's like a desert sled almost. Guy goes in there. It does have two. Oh, I have to take that off. It does have 2 spots for missiles right here on front. And it comes with these obnoxious blue missiles here. Not very camouflage. Has a tread tire in the back. Looks like it moves. It does that for some reason. I'm not really sure why. So, perch itself up or something? I don't know. It's kind of a strange feature. And it sort of slides. And these rotate back and forth. Not only are they skis, but they kind of point the missiles as well, so he knows what to shoot at. Basically, if he's driving towards it, he's shooting towards it. This figure is actually pretty lackluster. He does come with these cool looking goggles on, very steampunkish. So if you needed some steampunk gear for some of your figures, I definitely recommend picking this guy up. Those goggles are pretty cool. His gun is probably the lamest looking gun I've ever seen on a G.I. Joe figure. It actually looks like something that should have came in a Coors pack or something like that. There's almost no detail to this gun, and it's just really pathetic for the most part. So is his backpack. His backpack is extremely generic and pretty lame looking. Now when you take the goggles off, this figure's paint job is pretty horrendous too. His hairline is definitely messed up, and the paint apps just look very sloppy on this figure, on his face. Now I tried to find the best looking paint app one, but that was very difficult to do. All the other ones they had at the store looked just as bad as this figure did. But just shove his helmet back on there, and we don't have to worry about looking at his horrible hairline anymore. And he does look kind of cool once you get the goggles and stuff on. You can either set him on top of his helmet like that, or you can actually bend him down over his eyes. As far as I'm going into the vehicle, yeah, he seems to fit in there pretty nicely. Just kind of shove him in there, stick his hands on his handlebars, and he's good to go. I'm not really sure what this vehicle is used for in combat. I don't think it's actually mimicked after any real military vehicle. But it doesn't look too bad. It's a little strange looking, but I don't know. I kind of dig it. Kind of like it. So that's the Lava Pod and the Rock Slide ATV. For appearance goes, for the Rock Slide, I'm going to give it an 8. I think it looks really cool. The figure is pretty cruddy though. I'd give the figure, the Dusty figure, a 7 for this. His head paint is pretty terrible, and he's pretty generic and boring looking, but the goggles are cool, and once you get his helmet and stuff on, he doesn't look too bad. The Lava Pod, I'd give a 7 for appearance. For Mole Pod, I guess it's decent. I don't know. I really hate Mole Pods, so. But the Volcano Viper, I'm gonna give a 9 for appearance. I think this guy looks rocking. I think this guy's super awesome. So, quality goes, Rock Slide with figure, I'm going to give a 7 total. Again, the paint apps on the figure look pretty horrendous, and there's not a lot of detail on this, on the vehicle, really, to warrant a higher score. The Lava Pod, I do appreciate the different colored glass that this one comes with compared to other Mole Pods, so I'm going to give this an 8 total score for quality. The paint apps on the figure and on the Lava Pod seem to be pretty good. They're pretty basic, but I don't really see any defects or any problems with the paint. Now value, I paid $6.99 for both of these. Each one I'm going to give a 9 to. I think that's a very good value for each one. You can't really beat that price considering you're getting a decent looking figure and also a decent vehicle. So I'd highly recommend picking them up if you can find them in your area. Alright, this has been Jason from Atomic Martian Toy Reviews. Don't forget to check out our blog at atomicmartians.com. See you.